When you think about global money, you probably picture the IMF, the World Bank, or maybe SWIFT. Yet the true power over global money is not where everyone thinks. It's concentrated in one institution almost nobody talks about, the Bank for International Settlements, the central bank of central banks. And right now, that institution is quietly running a pilot that looks almost identical to what Ripple and Stellar have been building for over a decade. Some analysts believe XRP and XLM aren't just speculative tokens anymore, but could already be powering the next global money system. So what exactly is this pilot, and why are people saying Ripple and Stellar are hiding in plain sight? The project is called Mariana. Officially, it's described as a test for using automated market makers and DeFi liquidity pools to streamline cross-border swaps between tokenized currencies. Sounds abstract, but here's the kicker, that's exactly what Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution has been doing for years. Ripple uses XRP as a neutral bridge asset, letting banks and payment providers move value instantly between currencies that normally don't trade directly. Santander, SBI in Japan, and even central banks have tested Ripple's rails. The BIS isn't trying to reinvent the wheel. They're exploring technology Ripple has already proven works. And before we go further, quick reminder, this video is for informational purposes only. It is not financial advice, always do your own research before making investment decisions. But if Ripple is quietly solving the problem for big banks, who's solving it for everyday people? That's where Stellar comes in. While Ripple focuses on institutions, Stellar has embedded itself in humanitarian aid, retail payments, and financial inclusion. From UNHCR programs delivering digital cash to refugees, to MoneyGram's global on- and off-ramps for USDC, Stellar has become the go-to retail payment layer. For the buys, this is critical. They know CBDCs won't succeed if everyday people can't access or use them. Stellar provides that bridge, cheap, fast, global transactions for the masses. So here's the bigger question, could Ripple and Stellar actually be two halves of the same BIS master plan? Some analysts believe the buys is testing a dual-rail model, Ripple as the wholesale settlement layer for central banks, and Stellar as the retail distribution layer for CBDCs. Think about it. Ripple moves trillions across borders between institutions. Stellar delivers hundreds directly into people's hands. Together, they form a complete financial stack. And here's the kicker, Ripple and Stellar share the same DNA. Jed McCaleb co-founded Ripple before creating Stellar. What if the split was never competition, but strategy? One blockchain for banks, one for the people. If that's true, then Project Mariana isn't just another pilot. It could be the BIS test run for a global digital money system, powered quietly by XRP and XLM. Ripple's design makes it almost tailor-made for central banks. It doesn't try to replace fiat. It complements it. XRP is a neutral bridge asset, lightweight, scalable, and energy efficient. That's exactly what the BIS says it needs in its reports, low-cost, sustainable settlement systems that central banks can control. Ripple isn't fighting governments. It's aligning with them. That's why so many analysts see XRP as the institutional backbone of what's coming. Meanwhile, Stellar has become one of the leading networks for stablecoin issuance and transfer, especially with USDC. And its MoneyGram partnership has created one of the largest cash-to-crypto networks in the world. That physical infrastructure, people being able to walk into a shop and swap cash for digital money, is something Ripple hasn't focused on. The BIS knows it needs both, the wholesale rails Ripple provides, and the retail rails Stellar already operates. So let's put this together. Ripple and Stellar may not be officially named in BIS press releases, but their fingerprints are all over the architecture being tested. If this convergence plays out, we're not just looking at two speculative tokens. We're looking at the backbone of a global interoperable CBDC system, a role that would embed them permanently in the financial system. Now, what could that mean for price? If XRP really does become the interbank liquidity layer, it's not crazy to imagine it pushing into the double-digit range long-term. And if Stellar cements itself as the retail CBDC distribution layer, XLM could easily move into the multi-dollar range. Remember, this isn't about hype cycles anymore. This would be structural adoption at the highest level. But what do you think? Will Ripple and Stellar converge under the BIS framework, or do you see them staying in separate lanes of the CBDC rollout? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'm curious how you see this playing out. And if you want more deep dives into XRP, XLM, and the future of digital money, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.